What qualities do you look for in an applicant?
When somebody would turn in an application, I would kind of ask why they wanted the job. I think that's a really common question to anybody that either receives an application or is going to do an oral and physical interview. Why are you turning an application here? Availability was always a big one, because if you can't work weekends, it's really tough because that's your high traffic days. So availability was one. Not to, I think looking with minors, it's really tough because there's a closed window of availability for them. Weekends that you can usually work, which is awesome. But that during the day when stock needs to get done, some like the managerial duties like paperwork and conference calls and stuff, you need somebody being able to cover that. So we tried to look at 18, 19, people that weren't necessarily going to school full time for that kind of position. But weekends, 16 and up, it didn't matter. If you were knowledgeable and you were available, we usually give you a shot.
What should an applicant do to prepare for the interview?
One thing that I did, and I kind of just did it out of habit, having been in the hobby, was go on sneaker forums. Go on, I don't know if you can name drop, but soulcollector.com, niketalk.com. There's so many avenues for information about footwear now that I think the consumer doesn't really realize unless they're like me, who's been in the hobby, or somebody that's dedicated to their sport. So, Runner's World is a really good place to even get information if you're not a runner. Because they grade and they test out these sneakers. So those aspects, those avenues of information, those are your best weapons, if you're going to try and get a job there. Because if you're knowledgeable about the product, you're going to have such an easy time putting yourself ahead of everybody else that isn't. You're going to put your best foot forward.
What should an applicant do after leaving the interview?
If you're not offered the job, luckily, like I was, be persistent. Call back, give them a little bit of time, but make sure that you either go in there or call back and make yourself known to them. Because, even to this day, that's what I do. I'm almost 30. I'll be 30 Saturday, actually. And so you kind of just have to kind of keep doing the footwork and make it known that you're still there, you're still interested, you're still adamant about whatever the position is you're trying to get, and just make sure that you put yourself out there.
Describe the advancement opportunities for someone starting out.
I think it just depends on the store. I know for me, we were in a smaller market, so it's not as heavy a traffic store. We were what was called a tech store, so it's more running shoes. So we didn't get like retros and a lot of Jordans and stuff like that. So if you're in a larger market, like if you're going to do Tampa and trying to apply here, be knowledgeable about like footwear release dates. And then from there, just again, put your best foot forward. Show that you know what you're doing. Work hard. If you can pick up extra hours and show your dedication to it, there's usually a pretty good chance of advancement. At least in my time there, it was.